set the bracket. Sonic Fox clutched it out. The chant coming out from the crowd, cheering for Goichi.
Anything will do it. Pull your dragon tattoos out. They're glowing. Oh! He landed on the cow drop. Wow. Oh, man. That was a crazy trade. Arslan.
What a counter from Bonton. He jumps back. He read it and he takes it.
There it is.
That
Sonic Fox.
is it. The celebration. Sonic Fox just like that. Once again.
He sort of took a moment to let the realization wash over him. What just happened? You just won EVO 2018.
The year is 2009. Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift. Obama was sworn into office, and it was Street Fighter 4's EVO debut. This game single-handedly changed everything for a community that was retrospectively considered in its dark ages. Up to this point, fighting games in the 2D genre were considered dead. People were still competing in classics like Guilty Gear, CVS2, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. With this revival, the old guard fought to expand upon their legacies, while new blood entered the battlefield. This was a new genesis for competitive fighting games. More people were competing than ever. Subscribe! Evolution is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. In fighting game terms, this is our Olympics. Win here and you cement your legacy and legend for eternity. You know the best are coming out, and you know the best will win. Each year after 2009, EVO grew. More games, more competitors, more storylines, more sponsorship, more everything. While still not on the same grand scale of genres such as MOBAs and some FPS games, it was clear that fighting games were on an upward trend. It was a relatively long period of growth, prosperity and achievement. In hindsight, I think it's fair to call this a golden age of fighting games. Having games such as Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, MK9, 10, 11, Tekken 6 and 7, Smash Melee, Dragon Ball FighterZ, UMVC3, anything worth playing and competing in, it was done on its biggest scale here. As such, this is a breeding ground for iconic moments, defining moments for individuals and the collective alike. As a collective, the FGC are pioneering something that's never been before it, carving out its own history on the victories and defeats of all those involved. Just to name a few, you have Perfect Legend winning back-to-back EVOs in MK9, Sonic Fox winning 3 straight years in NRS, Justin Wong's Return of the King.
Winner's bracket. The whole time. The best. He is the best. He did it. Justin Wong once again at the top of the mountain. I can't believe it.
Download complete moment.
You lost to Fudo in winners finals. What sort of adjustments did you make to your game in order to beat him finally 6 games total?
Okay, I can explain this. Download complete.
The Takedo one-liner that hit James Chen, and probably many more.
Just one thing I want to say. Fighting game is something so great. Thank you so much.
It's been one of those weekends, you know, we all come together to celebrate fighting games, and as he said, fighting games are great.
Damn it, why did he have to say that?
Well, I know, that's, you guys don't know, that's what got James the worst. It almost got me too, I won't lie.
Having been part of this as both a competitor and a spectator, I'd say the whole thing is electric and contagious. If you're one that has what it takes to make it that far, it will always inspire you to be better than you are right now.
Give it up, give it up.
Subscribe! The year's 2020 and the world goes into lockdown. The last offline tournament before this happens is Final Kombat for Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Series, the day before everything shuts down. This forces fighting games into its new dark age. Effectively all tournaments are now online, as every offline tournament was cancelled for the foreseeable future. And this comes with its own issues. First off, everything's region locked. Therefore, it's not possible to have international competitions to find out who's the best globally, so now everything is separated into regions. You got Europe, CIS, North America, South America, the Middle East, and so on. Then you have connection volatility. So fighting games are played at 60 frames per second. Let's use MK11 as an example. Playing online always adds at least 3 frames of extra delay, so that inherently changes the game. Some characters are completely different beasts online and offline. Characters like Nightwolf and Sindel in MK11 are pretty good examples of that. Third, no Pro Tours are able to come to conclusion. So what did people have to play for at this point? This causes a lot of top players to either quit, stop playing, or focus on something else. A lot of people went to streaming. There were the odd offline event, but they were pretty much exclusively invitational, such as the WePlay events, including Dragon Temple and Ultimate Fighting League Season 1. And this had games like Soul Calibur, Tekken 7 and MK11, but unfortunately these were short-lived and didn't make it to their second event for other reasons. Ultimately, with everyone being forced online, what this does is it creates a new environment, a petri dish of new players that will show up once restrictions are moved. Essentially, it's another reset, just like the pre-2009, pre-Street Fighter 4. Some old heads will remain, and some new threats will be gained. Also, just a side note, the WePlay events, literally the best events in history as a competitor, bar none. The online events felt hollow to a degree, not being against the entire field and missing a lot of the top competitors from before. This was an era lacking the prosperity and achievement. Like, there was no EVO medal or trophy to be gained, so the achievement wasn't the same. The pinnacle of achievement to any fighting game player has to be the EVO trophy. And at this point in time, it was just out of reach. Impossible.
Grab catching from so far away. That was like footsie's range, but what a good read. He makes it, and Ninja Killa with the friendship is going to be your North American EVO 2021 champion.
Obviously very well deserving. I don't know, are robots allowed in this competition?
Subscribe! The year is 2020-2022 and EVO is back, and it's under new management as well. Other major tournaments have happened this year, Combo Breaker, CEO, but this is the first EVO since the restrictions have been lifted. And just like the previous Genesis before it, there's new blood everywhere, old heads trying to maintain their legacy. The battlefield's open again. This EVO will probably be the prequel to the main storyline of whatever happens in the FGC next. As we know, we've got round the corner Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and we're still waiting on an announcement for whatever NetherRealm have to say, announced game, NetherRealm. The crowd's back, the hype's back, the dreams that need to be crushed are back. All of these parts together make fighting games, in my opinion, the best gaming events to watch or attend. I believe that the first EVO after the release of Street Fighter 6 will be the beginning of the new era. And since age isn't a factor in this type of competition, it will just bring in a new generation to play against more older generations. It's going to get hectic. And just as in the previous Genesis, you'll probably see more sponsorships, more competitors, more games, more of everything. I think history is bound to repeat itself again. The community's proven twice already it can't just be stomped out, not even if the whole world's getting stomped out. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We have new legacies being created, like the Chilean twins coming in, just taking everything over. The likes of Kawano and Idom dominating so late into the game of Street Fighter 5 at the last evolution. Everything in the future could be a toss-up, and the unpredictability of it all is amped up by the absence of the last 2 years. Who knows who's doing what anymore? Only thing I know for certain is that I'm going to destroy some people's dreams. So there you have it, EVO 2022. Essentially, rebirthing the FGC in a similar fashion to that of EVO 2009. It saved us from the dark ages, and it shows there's still fierce competition to be had. So yeah, if you like the video, leave a like. If you don't like the video, call me a dick in the comments, that's good too. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to my Twitch at twitch.tv/F0xy Grampa, that's with a 0, where I torment people into raging like babies down the mic online. Also, 100% of you got hit by my forward 2. I don't want to hear it. I know you didn't block it. Don't comment saying that you blocked it, because you definitely didn't block it. And even if you did block it, you 100% got stomped on. Thanks for watching.